Mishigama here. This is day 5 from Zuburi to Pamplona. So let's get started. First picture, you're going to see me exiting from my public albergue in Zuburi. We're going to walk by a lot of industry, one particular factory that parallels the path. And here you can see it now coming into view. The sun hasn't risen yet, still waiting for that beautiful sunrise to come upon me. A lot of interesting paths as well, some of them quite challenging, but I was actually more fascinated with the homes along this particular trek. Look at how beautiful they decorated their homes in this area. And of course you can see water fountains all along the Camino, providing aqua as needed. I'm fascinated with architecture, so you're going to get to see a lot of architecture in my pictures as you go through this Camino virtually with me. And of course, we're in Basque country. Some beautiful horses coming up. And this journey is going to take us into Pamplona. So Pamplona is probably one of the more popular stops along the Camino for a lot of people, simply because of its history and party life and great food. So a lot of pilgrims were really excited about getting into Pamplona. It was a stunning part of the trek. I had no difficulty finding places to be in awe of along this journey. It was just view after view after view, with all these hills surrounding the path. Some a little bit more precarious than others. This was a little bit on the slippery side. You're going to see a lot of pictures of the Arga River because it parallels this particular part of the pilgrimage. Again, the homes beautifully decorated. And look at the rock just jutting out of this hillside. Couldn't pass by without getting a picture of that one. And again, more homes. Check this one out. This one was probably the coolest home I walked by that day. I mean, it was just so thoughtfully done. You're going to see a lot of bells in my pictures. I was obsessed with walking through villages at the quarter or the half or the quarter to hours or hour of. I wanted to hear the bells ring out as I was walking through the villages. My ears were always like perking up whenever I heard them. So proud of the mud on my shoes. You just get so proud of like getting dirty and enjoying the rustic elements. And I know you are loved. I know somebody was probably trying to be kind, but I just viewed it as vandalism. It kind of pulled me out of the whole communal experience. And here's a lovely bridge as you're going into Pamplona. Some people can stop right on the edge of Pamplona. There's a lot of albergues there. I noticed some people hopping on the bus to get into kind of the interior of Pamplona. Everyone's pilgrimage is going to be different. I have no aversion to hopping on a bus. As a matter of fact, later on, I would find myself actually hopping on a bus to avoid a particular tenuous section, but we'll get to that later. This is the beautiful wall as you're heading into the Puente de Magdalena. Hopefully I said that right. I actually am going to stay in the Hotel Pamplona Cathedral, and I really enjoyed my stay there. It's a little on the expensive side, but the public albergue there's so many beds that on the off season, I'd highly recommend just doing that instead. You're going to be right in the middle of everything. There's a mechanism that I'm going to actually show you in the next picture, and I think that closed the gate and opened it, and I was fascinated with that. And there's a little hill trek up, and you're right in the middle of it all. And of course, Pamplona is known for the running of the bulls. This was not that time. Again, this was November, but I had to get a picture. That's the Plaza del Castillo. And then for men, really interesting story here. Followed these two guys from men and another gentleman all through the night, just trying to get a pincho. I was so hungry, but they kept walking around looking for a particular item. I think it was hiking sticks. And they promised like food's coming in Spanish, and for men knew a little bit of English. And I was just like, okay. But hours later, we're touring the cathedrals. We still haven't ate. And I actually bailed on them at some point. They wanted to stand and just have dinner standing around a table. And I was like, there are all these beautiful places to sit down and eat right there in the plaza. So I was like, thank you so much. Appreciate it hanging out with you. But I'm just going to go find a table. And that's exactly what I did. I'm okay going off on my own if it means, getting what I want out of my experience. And so you saw that I got my croissant. That's what I wanted. And I'm obsessed with showing my feet at the end of the day. I don't know why. So thank you so much for watching this particular section. Stay tuned as I explore Pamplona to Puente Lorena.